So I've got some more done here. I got the LED mounted there, and I got it wired into the trigger here, and soldered there. Got the negative running down here, and this wire will run to the battery. And then I've got just one LED mounted right back in that thing there, so that lights up. And now I've got the rest of the LEDs go on here. Oh, I've also what else did I do? I had to drill out a bunch of material in there so that the switch here was low enough for me to hit it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be if I didn't take all that material out of there. But then there's this, which I've been working on today. I painted it gold. Maybe a little dirty. I painted it gold. Couple coats of gold. It's fairly close to this gold, but not quite. It's a little lighter than that gold. So a couple coats of gold, one coat of aluminum, and then I painted black over that to light block as much as I could. And you can see where the little masks, just a little bit of glue in there, glue in all three of these, a little dot of glue up there. They're not exactly centered. It's hard to tell, but they're not exactly centered. But it's good enough. And I was testing the lights, and it illuminates a lot of stuff. That's mainly why the black is on here, to light block everything but what I want the light to come out of, which is these two holes and this hole over here. So for the other holes, these three, I made up these little pieces of plastic, black on the back side, and then just a little silver on the front side to give them a little something underneath, make it look like it's kind of shiny or something. But it should differentiate from the gold enough, and it does. To not make it look filled in. So I will be mounting, let's see here, how am I going to do this? I'm probably mounting them on pieces of plastic, and then kind of what I did for this, basically. That's LED is mounted on a little piece of plastic, and then point, because it's not an LED, it's an SMD. They're surface mounted diodes. Let's see if I can show this off. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, see, that's the back side. That's the LED side, or SMD side. So you can mount them and point them in the direction you want the light to go. And that's what I did here on this one. And that's what I intend to do on here. These are great because they got these little holes, and I can just mount it below the hole. I'm gonna have to do something with this one here. I'm not sure what yet, but this just mounts in here like so, or something like that. Yeah, there we go. So you can see, I'll eventually go up there, and I don't know if that little wheel shape is gonna be in my way. That's where the speaker was. We'll see when I start to wire stuff. I'm also gonna have to cut some of this wire off. It's way too long when I go to tie it all into the switch here. And so more when I get when I wait for this paint to dry. It's still tacky, so I gotta wait for this to dry, and then I'll see about how I'm gonna mount everything up. More when that happens. Alright, as you can see, I'm done with this. I built a little light box around here with some sprue and just a piece of plastic. And I just mounted these LEDs to the plastic and put them on the back side of these. Let's see, everything up front looks fine. And let's see if we can do this with one hand. There we go, everything lights up. It's the way I wanted it to. I like that. So now, I have to get this in there and start getting all these wires soldered together. So, be back when that's done. So I got everything soldered and all my wires in place. I'm getting ready to button everything up. You can see the batteries mounted. This is mounted. All the wiring. I got some heat shrink tubing and electrical tape around that so they don't short. I've got excess in here, excess down here, and I got the switch mounted and everything. Let's turn it on. There we go. I did make a mistake, a rather big one. I should have put 2 batteries in here. I should have wired one to this light and one to these lights because those lights go off when you turn the emitter light on. Not a huge deal. At this point it'd take quite a bit to get that side. I have to tear some of those wires apart. So it is what it is. So I'll get back to you guys when I get this thing buttoned up. More in a second. So I've got my first round of filling and puttying done. See, I've got all the screw holes here filled, with the exception of those 2 because the sticker's going to go over it. Took care of that big old gap, and then this was work, filling much of that in. I still have to work on this a bit. You can see some lip, and you can see a little bit right there, and a little bit there. This thing back here, almost done. Got a little crack that appeared up there, but the screws are pretty much done, and these holes are filled. So just have a little bit more work to do on this, and it'll be ready for paint. I've been using Bondo, so and then applying it with this. So almost done, and then we'll move on to paint. I'll be back when that happens. And here we are with the final gun, or phaser. You can see I got the sparkly tape there that's sparkly on either side. Goes along the edge. I had all those holes nice and filled. I got the seam pretty good. It kind of shows up here. Yeah, but it's I got that pretty good. And the underneath, you can still see a little bit of the outline there. That annoys me. It's like the thing that annoys me the most, because I filled and I puttied and I sanded and I thought that was gone, and nope. So, but yeah, she looks pretty good here. Exactly the color I wanted, and to some people it might look a little dark here, but I've seen HD pictures of it and it's pretty much this color. So I might not look it in the films, but it is a darker kind of silvery gray. And the bottom, of course, I got that clip there, is that flat black. And so let's turn it on. There we go. Everything's lit up. Let's turn some lights off here. See it a little better. There we go. You can see that the glowing, I got the 3 lights in there, exactly what I wanted. And they got the emitter, which is actually hard to tell, but it's pretty light. It's a pretty bright emitter here. Let's see under there. Yeah, it's actually shining on the floor. So it's a pretty bright LED I got in there. I'm trying to think of anything else. I don't think so. So, very cool. Ended up exactly as I wanted to. That is the Star Trek Wrath of 2 / motion picture, which we never saw in the motion picture, but it was there apparently. Phaser. And I'll see you guys next time.